Hey everyone, it's Jen. Welcome back to Yarn Purpose. I'm back today with another coffee catch-up. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm so excited to be back with another coffee catch-up today because as you can see, the Comfort Fade Cardi is done. I'm so excited, so I'm ready to tell you all about it. My coffee today is this store-bought cold brew. It's like Starbucks, but I just bought it at the grocery store. It's like cold brew with cocoa and honey. It's okay. I'm drinking it because I bought it, but I think I'll be going back just to my regular cold brew with a splash of cream down the road. But anyway, let's just dive right into it because I am just so excited today. I have actually a few FOs to show you. I've got some works in progress, a little bit of yarn, lots of good things. So let's dive in. Okay, so finished objects. Obviously, the big one is the Comfort Fade Cardi. I am so in love with this sweater. I think it's the best thing I ever have knit. And I have knit a lot of things. I have knit a few sweaters over the years. I've been knitting for maybe like 15 years or so now. So I've knit a few sweaters over the years, and I've knit a few that I actually have liked. But this one just like checked all the boxes for me. It's just, I feel like it fits really well. The sleeves are the right length. It's not itchy, which is key for me. I'm so in love with it. So I did make a few modifications to the pattern, and I'll leave a link to the pattern down below. Again, it's Comfort Fade Cardi by Andrea Mowry. I'm sure that you've seen them around if you've been at any kind of fiber event over the last couple of years. So originally the way it works is it was supposed to go from like the red to the variegated to the light gray, then to the charcoal. But when I looked on Ravelry at the project pages, when somebody went from a solid to another solid, I did not love the fade on most of those. I felt like it just looked kind of striped and not faded. So I decided to sort of incorporate another fade with my variegated from the light gray to the dark gray. So I put my modifications on Ravelry. My Ravelry name is Jen Lucas, so you can find my project page and see how I did the modifications. So I had bought the kit for the Comfort Fade Cardi at Stitches Midwest this year, and my original intention was to knit a skirt with it. I was going to design a skirt, and in the end, I still might design a fade skirt because I did enjoy doing the fade striping. But in the end, it became what it was meant to be, which is the Comfort Fade Cardi. So let's see. The kit I bought, I think, was for a larger size than what I ended up knitting, but that was because I was going to do the skirt and I wanted to ensure that I had enough yarn. But the kit only had one skein of the variegated yarn. And then, you know, I did modify it by adding extra, it's on the body too, the extra fade with the variegated. So when I got to the collar, I actually did run out of the variegated yarn. But again, it's because I modified the pattern and added more of it in than what the pattern originally called for. And then I actually ended up running out of the light gray too. And I think, again, it probably is just because of how I did my fade. So my collar, I think, is maybe like 4 rows shorter than what it's supposed to be. And on the collar, I was not able to fade like, you know, like how I had done here, where I had gone from the light gray to the, you know, variegated to the dark gray. I wasn't able to do that on the collar because I had run out of the variegated, but it's in garter stitch, so to me this isn't as noticeable. Like, it is stripy, but it's just a couple rows. So anyway, I am very, very happy with this. So I'm going to go ahead and insert a couple of pictures here since I'm sitting down and you can only see a little bit of the sweater. I'm going to go ahead and insert a couple of pictures that my husband took of me wearing the sweater. Okay, yeah, I love this. I've been wearing it so much. So happy with it. And again, the yarn is Neighborhood Fiber Co. and it's the Studio DK, I believe. I'll leave a link to it down below. So she has lots of kits. I saw her at a few different events this year where she had kits all different colors, just already beautifully put together for you. So that's the big one. That's the sweater. And then I have actually a couple pairs of finished socks. So in the last coffee catch-up, I showed you these. I'm pretty sure I was almost done with them. But I did end up finishing them. They are the Practical Magic socks. The colorway is Practical Magic and the yarn is Nomadic yarns. And I wanted these for Halloween, so I finished them like the day before Halloween or something. So I did wear them on Halloween. I just love them. They're so soft. And I just knit these cuff down, and then I actually did an afterthought fish lips kiss heel. So I just put in waste yarn and kept knitting. You can kind of see, like, it probably was like right here where that little like blue stripe is. So I just put in waste yarn and then kept knitting my sock, and then went back and did a fish lips kiss heel. I didn't love doing it that way. I feel like I do kind of, it's a little wonky here, got little holes and stuff. But it was fun to try. And you had to Kitchener like half the sock together at the end, so I do enjoy Kitchener. But I love the stripes on these. I love how it came out. So I was happy to wear these on Halloween. I'm sure I'm just going to wear them, you know, all fall and winter anyway. But I was happy to actually have a pair of Halloween socks done for Halloween. And then the other socks, let me just throw those down there. The other pair of socks that I finished are these Starlight Socks. They're also Nomadic yarns. And very happy how these came out too. So the colorway is Starlight, and this yarn is her Twisty Sport, so a sport weight socks. So very pleased with these socks. I just like live for this like bright aqua-y blue green. Oh, so pretty. So yeah, I'm very pleased with these as well. So I'm excited that I actually have a few new pairs of socks to wear this winter. I feel like it's been a while since I was on a like true sock knitting kick, and now I'm just like back on the socks. So I'm excited because I actually have like a few new pair versus just wearing all my old pairs that any day now are going to get a hole in them. So it's nice to have socks, new socks, and nice to have the new sweaters. So that's it for the finished objects. So now let's go ahead and get into the works in progress. Okay, let's see. The first thing I'm going to pull out for you is I have been working on another pair of socks, always socks. And so this yarn is two precious balls here of Picks Felici Sport. They currently do not make Picks Felici Sport. Picks comes back with the fingering every once in a while on their website, but the Felici Sport, I love it. And every once in a while when they're posting on their social media that the Felici's back, I'm like, yeah, but how about Felici Sport? I just love this yarn. The colorway here is Kingpin. And the Felici Sport is obviously its sport weight, and it is 75 superwash merino, 25% nylon, and it's 164 yards per 50 grams. And so when I knit sport weight socks, I still just use, because I'm a loose knitter, so I just still use most of the time the same needles I would use for any socks, which is a US size 1. I have my Knitter's Pride Zings, which are my fave, and I'm doing Magick Loop. That's how I like to knit socks these days. So yeah, so this pair of socks is going to be for my nephew. I don't remember what size foot he has. It's really big though. I mean, he's like 30 years old and very tall and has a large foot. So I had knit him socks last year for Christmas, and he loved them so much. And all the time when he would wear them, he would text a picture of his feet with the socks on. So to me, that obviously makes him knit worthy, you know. I know that I'm sure you all have experienced this, where you give something handmade to somebody and, you know, they don't seem like they really appreciate it, or you never, ever even see them wear it ever. But in this case, he has proven to me to be knit worthy because he like completely loved them and was sending me pictures all the time. So I am knitting him another pair. Last year, I knit him a pair in the Felici Sport. So since I still had some in the stash, I decided to just use the Felici Sport again for him. So I think after this, I might only have maybe one more or two more colors of the Felici Sport. So I have like two balls for each, because you pretty much need, like, at least I have big feet, or my nephew has big feet. I do need 2 balls to do a pair of socks usually. So I think I only have like 2 more colors of Felici Sport in the stash, and then it's all going to be gone. But I tell myself this stuff is meant to be used, not hoarded. So I don't know. I mean, most likely what I'll do is save another color for him for like next year for Christmas. So those are some socks that I'm working on. And then the other thing is, now that this was done, I kind of wanted to finish up some of my larger projects that were already on the needles. So if you watched my Rhinebeck haul, you know I did buy some sweater quantities of yarn while I was at Rhinebeck. And I also had bought, I shared with you, I think in another coffee catch-up, the Magpie Fibers kit to knit that eShell sweater from Pom Pom Quarterly that had, you know, all the moons and stars and stuff on it. And I've been really wanting to start a new sweater, but I have some sweaters on the needles already, and so I told myself I had to at least finish one of them before I could start one of the new ones. So the one that got back into the rotation is the Swoncho, and I don't even know if I've ever even showed any. I know I did the unboxing of the yarn like a year ago, but I don't know if I ever have showed the Swoncho in progress. I break it out so infrequently, so here it is. I did, if you're familiar with the Swoncho pattern, it's Caitlin Hunter. You may notice that the stitch pattern looks a little different. So right here and then right down here, this one down here, it was like these long, like rectangles of color work. And I mean, I thought it looked fine, but I didn't completely love it. And you know, I don't know, because I am a designer. Sometimes I can't help myself, and I just start changing things and patterns on the fly. And it's not that the original pattern is bad. I just decided I like something better. You know, I'm unsure about if I made the right decision. I do like how it looks up here where I kind of changed it. Down here, I'm not so sure. Maybe once I block it. I mean, I don't hate it. I kept going back and forth on if I liked the colors, but now that I'm looking at it in my camera, I feel like I do love it. So, I think I'm on, I don't know how many charts there are, 5 or 6. I'm on the second to the last chart. That's something like 26 rounds. I'm on like round 7 of that chart. And then I think that there's just one last little chart that's like 4 or 5 rounds. And then I think it's just solid for the rest of these sweaters. So my solid color is going to be this very light gray. So you know, it's definitely a fall sweater. You know, I'll probably have it done in the spring, but it'll be ready for next fall. And the yarn here is Berroco Vintage DK. So, you know, I went with a little bit less expensive yarn for this particular one. I honestly am still a little unsure about if this sweater shape is right for my body type. So I didn't want to spend a lot of money on the yarn and then be super disappointed with it, but I also wanted to jump on the bandwagon and knit one. And so one of my friends actually knit the Tecumseh, my friend Beth, and I don't know for sure because I haven't read the pattern for the Tecumseh. The shape of it is similar, and I did try her Tecumseh sweater on, and it looked really good on me, so I'm hoping that this will be the same. So again, that's a Swoncho. I always jump on the bandwagon for these patterns like a year or 2 after they're actually popular. But so I've been working on that one here and there. Just because like I do really want to start one of my other new sweaters that I've recently bought yarn for. But I mean, I've been working on this one on and off for the better part of 2018. So I just feel like if I could just focus on that and just finish it, then I think I might cast on for that Brunswick sweater by Olive Knits, because I think that one will be really great to have for the spring. So that is the current WIP situation. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about? I have my notes. Okay, oh, coming up. So I'm sure I probably talked about this in the last coffee catch up. I've shown this yarn like a million times, like every episode. So coming up, I'm going to be working on some more socks in this White Birch Fiber Arts rainbow colorway. I did knit socks for myself with this yarn. My two nieces, who are 6 and 8, requested, they saw me working on the rainbow socks, and then they wanted rainbow socks. I'm pretty sure the 6-year-old wanted the rainbow socks because it like basically looks like that one My Little Pony. But anyway, so and then they were like so cute. I don't know if I told you guys this last time. They were like so cute when I was like asking them what their shoe size was, and they were like telling me they wanted these socks. And they're telling me like, oh, it'll be so cozy. We can like wear our socks and drink hot chocolate. So like, how can I say no to them, right? So it's just more of that nothing says screw you like a rainbow from White Birch Fiber Arts. So I just got one skein. I figure for the two of them I could get 2 pairs of socks out of this. They don't have to be super long or anything. So I'll be starting on these soon. And then let's see, I guess that's it for upcoming. You know, I've always got work stuff going on, but that's sort of like non-work stuff. But then I wanted to talk just a little bit about acquisitions. So my friends and I, after Rhinebeck, had decided we were doing a stash down. I can't remember if I talked about this last time either. Anyway, you know, all of us felt like we were acquiring a lot of yarn, and especially after going on that Rhinebeck trip. So we're just doing, it's informal. There's no prizes. There's no contest among us. It's just, we're trying to keep each other in check, basically. So we kind of came up with a good ratio that for every 3 skeins of yarn you use up, you can buy 1 skein of yarn. So it's like a 3-to-1, like 3 out, 1 in. Just so that, you know, we're stashing down, not stashing up, because I think a lot of us felt like we had been stashing up this year. So we're just trying to get it a little under control, you know, and it's fun because then we, you know, it's fun like sending texts back and forth to be like, oh, I use this up, I use that up, oh, look at this yarn, am I going to buy it, whatever. But I did have some acquisitions come in. I had ordered some different advent calendar things, like from a few different yarn companies. So I'm going to go ahead and share that with you. So the first one is from the Cozy Knitter. I think everybody at this point has their skein of yarn. So if you don't and you don't want to ruin the surprise, I guess click away. But I think at this point almost pretty much everybody has the yarn, since like the point is to start the socks on December 1st. So this is the Cozy Knitter 2018 Advent yarn, and so it's 24 stripes in the skein. It actually comes in actually the label's not even on. I actually had taken the label off so I could read the back of it, but it is actually 2 skeins of yarn so that you can knit your socks simultaneously, 2 socks at a time. The idea is that at the end of the 24 days you'll have a finished pair of socks and you will be ready for Christmas with your Christmas socks. So I'll be starting these this weekend. You know, I'm not really sure due to the size of my feet. I feel like I'm going to have to knit more than 1 stripe a day, but I guess I won't. I'll figure that out once I cast on the socks. But I thought that that was like a fun, like advent calendar-y kind of thing, like to knit 1 or 2 stripes of your socks every day. So I think there's a hashtag you can follow, yes, on Instagram. It's hashtag TCK, so it's like the Cozy Knitter, TCK, hashtag TCK Advent 2018, if you want to like follow along with everybody's sock knitting. So that's really fun. And then the other 2 I ordered were I got one from Teeny Button Studio, and that one is a Weasley Wizard Christmas, so it's Harry Potter themed. So that's really fun. I look forward to opening those little mini skeins every day. And then the other one I ordered was from Adelaide Cottage. I found both of these on Instagram. This is why Instagram's dangerous. So I will be opening those because they're all wrapped up into individual packages. I'm going to be opening those up every day on my Instagram stories. I'm Jen Lucas Designs over on Instagram. So if you're interested in seeing what's in each little package every day, you can follow me over there and see. So that's really the only acquisitions I've had come in. And those are things I ordered actually like way back, like at the end of summer or early fall, like in September. But other than that, I have not bought any yarn because of the stash down. So that's good though. That's the whole point. So I have, with finishing the sweater and the socks, I mean, I could go buy yarn if I wanted to, you know, but I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm saving up for another sweater's worth. We'll see. But just currently trying to, you know, knit down some of the stash. You know, we have some fiber events coming up in the future too, where I'll probably go a little crazy. So good to stash down before those, right? Okay, so finally I'm going to get into a few things with work, what's going on with work. So the first thing here is I have this crocheted cowl. I'm actually going to take it off here. So this is the King's Cross cowl, and it's actually crocheted. So I had done this pattern for the Yarn Over Truck yarn club. And so this is an Apple Tree Knits yarn. I believe the colorway is exclusive to the club. The colorway is Hogwarts Express. So it's Harry Potter themed, and King's Cross is the name of the pattern, also Harry Potter themed. So it's just a 1 skein DK weight cowl that is crocheted. It's really super easy, and the pattern is now available on Ravelry. I will leave a link to it down below. That would, if you crochet, that's a really good last minute Christmas gift. I had like given myself quite a lot of time to stitch this, and it ended up, I did it in about maybe 3 hours or less. So that's a very good last minute Christmas gift or holiday gift. So that pattern just came out. I've been booking a lot of teaching for 2019. So I will be at the Pittsburgh Knit and Crochet Show in March, so I will leave a link to their website down below if you're interested. I'm teaching all weekend there. Be doing a book signing for my new book, so it's going to be a super good time. And I've also booked a few things with some knitting guilds, and so yeah, if you have a knitting guild or a yarn store and you want me to come teach, I am always happy to discuss those things, so let me know. And then finally, man, all my labels are coming off today. Finally, the labels come off of this one too. I'm working on the January Patreon exclusive pattern for everybody on Patreon. So I always leave a link to my Patreon page down below, but I'm going to be knitting a shawl out of this Northern Bee Studio. It is the yak sock. I have 2 skeins of this. I have 430 yards in each skein. So my patrons have been voting, so I think that Cable's won. So I kind of have an idea in my head for a cool cable shawl. I'll probably have lace in it too, but so that's the next thing I'll be working on. I also am working on a shawl, which I'm not going to show you, which is for the Woolly Wonka Fibers Yarn Club. So that'll be out too if you're in the Woolly Wonka Fibers Yarn Club. I think mine is the January pattern, February pattern, in the early part of 2019. So that's the main stuff I've been working on with work. Usually this time of year I try to do a little less work. My husband always has a lot of time off of work at the end of the year. We like to, you know, hang out with our family and our friends and go do all kinds of fun stuff. Go to Chris Kindle Market in Chicago, things like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I feel like I had a lot to show everybody today. I hope you guys enjoyed. That's it for this coffee catch-up. If you like this video, go ahead and give it that thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos from me, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you like, you can turn on the notifications to be notified whenever I upload a new video, which is most Fridays these days. So anyway, that's it. I hope that everybody has a great day and a great week, and I will catch up with you again soon. Bye!